What's going on? This is Dr. Anthony Robinson, also known as Dr. Motivate. Welcome back to the Motivate Institute. We are in day 8 of PMS, Power, Money, and Sex, the formation of a man. And this week, we've been focused on money, not just as something you earn, but as something that shapes how you think and how you move as a man. So today, I want to take a step a little deeper into something that most men experience but rarely slow down long enough to really recognize. And that's how comparison quietly starts to control the way you see progress. There's a subtle shift that happens when a man stops measuring his life by where he actually is and starts measuring it by where someone else appears to be. It doesn't usually happen all at once, and it doesn't always feel negative at first. In fact, it can feel like motivation. You see someone doing well, someone building something, someone reaching a level you haven't reached yet, and it creates a sense of urgency that pushes you to move. At first, that can seem productive because it gets you out of complacency and then into action. And over time, though, something begins to change in the way you process your own progress. Instead of being grounded in your own path, your awareness starts to shift outward. You begin to notice where other people are more further along than what you feel like you are. You start to evaluate your position based on what you think someone else has accomplished, and that creates a kind of internal pressure that doesn't come from purpose, but from perception. You see, what makes comparison so effective at shaping a man is that it rarely announces itself as a problem. It blends into ambition. It blends into the desire to grow. It even blends into discipline because on the surface, it looks like you're pushing yourself to be better. But underneath that push, there's often a quiet dissatisfaction that never really settles. Because no matter what you do, there will always be someone ahead in some area. As that mindset develops, it begins to influence how you experience your own work. Progress that should feel meaningful starts to feel small. Milestones that should feel like movement start to feel like they're not enough. And instead of recognizing what has actually been built, your attention stays locked on what hasn't been reached yet. And that creates a constant sense of being behind, even when you're moving forward. And that feeling of being behind has a way of changing how you move. Decisions become more reactive, more rushed, because now you're trying to close a gap that may not even be yours to close in the first place. You start adjusting your direction based on what you see other people doing instead of what you've actually been called or built to do. And over time, that disconnect can lead to building something that looks right on the outside, but doesn't actually align with who you are. The deeper issue with comparison isn't just that it makes you feel behind, though. It's that it pulls you out of alignment with your own process. You see, every man has a different timeline, a different set of responsibilities, a different level of capacity, and a different path to walk. When you lose sight of that and start measuring everything against someone else's visible results, you begin to carry expectations that were never designed for your life. And at some point, a man has to recognize that comparison doesn't actually produce clarity. It produces noise. It fills your thinking with information that doesn't belong to your assignment and creates pressure that doesn't belong to your reality. And when that noise gets loud enough, it becomes difficult to move with confidence because you're constantly second guessing whether what you're doing is enough based on someone else's outcome. And the shift comes when you bring your attention back to what is actually yours to build. Not in a dismissive way, but in a grounded way that allows you to see your progress clearly without filtering it through someone else's life. When that happens, the urgency created by comparison begins to fade. And what replaces it is a steadiness that allows you to move with intention rather than reaction. So as you go through today, pay attention to what you are measuring yourself against. Not what you say, but what you feel when you look at your progress. If your sense of movement is constantly tied to what someone else is doing, it may be time to bring your focus back to what is actually yours to build. This is formation, and this is the work that we are doing here at Motivate Institute. So I'll see you on day 9.